I'm always glad to come back to my hometown of Ajo. I came here not as a participant. I'm not HiaCed Mtg, but I am a Tohono O'odham Nation tribal member. So I'm very concerned. I came today as a observer for human rights. As a human rights observer, to witness not so much the due process of how this meeting was conducted, but I'm equally concerned about whether the human rights were observed and human rights of all participants and visitors were honored. A lot of discussion came up today about being in compliance with the Tohono O'odham tribal constitution. Fine, but I think we, as O'odham peoples, we need to understand that the Tohono O'odham Nation tribal constitution is subordinate to the United States Constitution. And because the Tohono O'odham Nation receives federal funds in my name, I'm included in the tribal enrollment. Federal appropriations are received according to total tribal enrollment. So because of that, I can observe, I can attend these open meetings. And so my concern is, are human rights being protected? Not just here, but were human rights protected, were human rights honored during the previous proceedings concerning the removal? I don't think they were. I think the Legislative Council was in gross violation of human rights. And so I came here again today to Ajo to observe this meeting and hear both sides. And so this discussion is going to be continued. There's a long row ahead. And so we're moving forward. We the Tohono peoples, I say that in the plural, not specific only to HiaCed Mtg, but all of the O'odham peoples. So it was a good day today. I'm glad I came.
So what was decided today?
What was decided today? What was decided was that it was demonstrated that the new council, that there is a shift. You saw that consistently in some of the motions that were passed today. There was 3 versus 2. And so you see a power shift already. You see the old guard trying to hold on to their power. But because the appointment of new council members, you saw that dynamic shift against those 2, and now you have a majority of 3 against those 2. So we've seen a turn already. And so I think that's a huge change. So it's a hopeful change.
What was the mood of the people attending the meeting? I mean, there was a lot of discussion before those resolutions.
There was a lot of discussion. There was even an attempt several times not to have the discussion. There was even the attempt, a motion to not having any discussion of the removal hearings, but the council voted against that. And I think that's part of the democratic process. If people want to talk about what happened, it's in their rights. They have the right to know what transpired in the Tohono O'odham Legislative Council meetings. It's part of the democratic process that you bring your concerns, you bring your complaints, you bring your hopes to these meetings, and you talk about them as equals. No one has the power to deny a person's freedom of speech. And so I think that was a very powerful statement, that we the people, we have the power of free speech in a respectful manner. And I think that we just people that spoke today did disagree, passionately disagree. But that's the measure of the democratic process. That demonstrates our hope and our faith in the democratic process. We, the people, will not be denied that fundamental human right.